People who have come out of a coma say that they hear the voices of their relatives and doctors, but their bodies simply refuse to listen to them. Consciousness lives and beats in captivity of a motionless and disobedient body. It's been languishing in a tight cocoon for years, and no one can do anything about it. Doctors call this locked-in syndrome. From a medical point of view, coma is always caused by brain damage. And the stronger it is, the deeper the so-called vegetative state. The nature of a coma is still a mystery to scientists. Is it a deep sleep, a malfunction of the brain, or does the consciousness of such people leave their bodies and travel to unknown worlds? And why do some people manage to wake up despite the doctor's predictions? Posthumous experience. After a terrible car accident, Nikolai Karakentsev experienced a clinical death and was in a coma for a month and a half. His wife later told him what he saw in another dimension and why he stopped fearing death. He said that two big angels came and took him by the hand, and they were flying. His bloodied body was left behind, and he was flying. They took him to heaven, where his mother and father were waiting for him, and his grandmother. Everyone was young. People's artist Valery Garkelin died on stage. Later, doctors said that he had suffered 2 heart attacks and a clinical death. When he woke up, they were shocked, as they believed that nothing could revive him. Later, Valery recalled that he had seen his body from above, and the intensive care unit suddenly turned into a long, dark corridor, at the end of which a woman in bright clothes was standing in a beam of bright light, waving at him. The famous actress Natalia Andreychenko experienced a clinical death at the age of 24. She said that it was as if she was in all corners of the earth at the same time. She saw her mother, who was living in Germany at the time, and her grandmother. At that moment, she felt no regret for her earthly life. Her soul was drawn into a starry tunnel. At that moment, the doctors administered an electric shock. Natalia recalled that she was suddenly pulled back at an incredible speed. The flight was incredibly fast, and then, she fell back into her body. The first thought that came to her was that she was back in prison, starting all over again. And then the pain came. All those who have died once describe it in almost identical terms. The soul leaves the body and rises up, seeing everything that is happening around it. Then a dark tunnel appears, and a force draws you in. Doctors say that there's nothing mystical about it, it's all related to damage to the temporal lobe of the brain. Due to the death of cells in the part of the brain responsible for memory, a person may experience a flashback of their entire life. The process occurs in reverse order, so the person may first see events that occurred recently, and the images of family members who greet them on the other side may be a result of the release of the hormone norepinephrine, which helps the dying brain cope with shock. But these are still scientific theories that have no evidence. Scientists can't answer the question of what really happens to a person when they are in a coma or experience a near-death experience. Supernatural abilities. Why do many people who come back from the other side have unique abilities? Daniel Brinkley, an American author, has died and returned from the other side 3 times. He knows firsthand what the other world is like. You can read about his revelations and his newly discovered clairvoyant abilities here. There are people who have been given a chance to return from the other side. If I had the choice, I would never return. Brinkley's first clinical death lasted for 28 minutes, but irreversible changes in the human brain begin after just 7 minutes. According to Daniel's experience, he spent several months in the other world rather than just half an hour. It was there that he gained knowledge about the future from mysterious, incorporeal beings. I wrote down everything the beings of light told me, and I saw all of these things come true. Sergei Bubnovsky, a doctor of medical sciences and professor, was involved in a car accident when he was young. He clearly saw his crushed and bloodied body lying far below. However, from a medical perspective, this is impossible. During clinical death, the encephalograph, which records brain activity, displays a flat line with no impulses. In this state, a person is incapable of thinking, let alone analyzing their surroundings. But that's not the most surprising thing after his near-death experience. Bubnovsky gained new abilities. Now he can control his body's functions and give mental commands. And his case is not unique. Thousands of people who have experienced near-death experiences have gained supernatural abilities. The soul and its abode. After a near-death experience, people often feel disappointed. It's as if their soul is resisting and doesn't want to reconnect with their body. But what do scientists have to say about these experiences? And is it possible to use science to prove the existence of an immortal soul? Sergei Bubnovsky examined his own soul, which had separated from his body, in detail. It's a blue cloud that hovers above the body. It resembles a long jellyfish with clothes on. After collecting a wealth of information from those who had experienced clinical death, he concluded. The brain lives separately. The soul lives separately. And when necessary, it's stored somewhere else. Hammers, head of the Department of Consciousness at the University of Arizona, says that he has found the soul in the human body. These are tiny microtubules inside the neurons of the brain. They can be compared to computers that are at a deeper level, that is, inside the cell. And it is in these microtubules that consciousness is born, which the scientist considers the soul. At the moment of death, protein microtubules and neurons are destroyed. But unlike computer memory, information recorded in the brain is not erased, but is stored in the universe like a cloud storage service. Consciousness can exist outside of your body, and at the moment of death, it can float in space or return to your body. Olga Migunova, Wolf Messing's assistant, shares that Messing often conducted experiments on himself, entering a state between life and death. These games with death allowed him to glimpse into the future. As his soul wandered through other worlds, it collected information that Messing shared during his performances. Few people know that Wolf Messing acquired his unique gift after experiencing a near-death experience. There is still a lot to be discovered and a lot of mysteries for humans to solve. However, it is already known that people who are loved and expected by their families are more likely to recover from comas and clinical death. This is because strong emotions can serve as a bridge between the afterlife and our world. What do you think about this? Please share your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to write in the comments about what else you would like to learn about.